Now, we spend a lot of time talking about, the red flags to look out for in a partner or in a relationship. But what about all of the positive signs that someone may actually be different from the rest and give you all that you desire in a relationship? How about that? Because we're always focused on looking at a red flag, so much so that we don't even see most of the green flags. Now, here are 20 positive signs that show that someone just might be the real deal. Hey, listen, I know that not everyone wants to get married. The idea here is that someone who does these things and possesses these qualities is a rare catch, a diamond in the rough, the total package. If you will, and when you're fortunate enough to find someone like this, they should be valued and cherished, marriage or not. Number one, they treat everyone with kindness and respect, not just you. So when you're building a relationship with someone new, they will always be putting their best foot forward. Everyone does that. They will be on their best behavior and do whatever they need to do to win your affection as they should. Right? Note, these efforts should be consistent and not fade away after the honeymoon phase of the relationship is over. But that's a conversation for another day. However, what's often overlooked is how they treat the people they are not trying to impress. Are you getting my drift? The waitress, the bartender, the mailman, the security person. For years, I've been saying that someone who is a nice person to you, but not the waiter, is not a nice person at all. They're simply putting on an act because they want something from you. But if you can observe someone's actions in all areas of life around all different types of people, and they are kind and genuine with everyone, that is a sign that their true character is one of integrity, one of honor and respect. Number two, they take accountability for their actions. I am sorry might only be 2 words, but it is a big, powerful statement. People who are unable to hold themselves accountable and accept responsibility will never open themselves up to learning or growth because they think they already have it all figured out. Spoiler alert, nobody does. Nobody is perfect. I keep saying this on and on again so that it rings a bell. And nobody is free from making mistakes. But that's okay because we all do it. We all make mistakes. What's not okay is blaming someone else for your poor decisions or refusing to accept responsibility when you've said or done the things that are wrong. And it prevents real bonding in a relationship because they will always be passing the blame onto you or refusing to change their behavior. Even though they're willing to look themselves in the mirror, admit their wrongdoings, apologize to you, and most importantly, actually change their action for the better. This is a sign of someone with the emotional maturity to actually build a relationship alongside of you. Number 3, they respect and honor your boundaries. Few things are important than respect in a relationship, and you do not push or stretch the boundaries of someone that you respect. You listen to them and operate within those boundaries. If you want to take things slow, they will take it slow. If you need to communicate more, they will communicate more. If you need space, they will give you space. If you don't want sex, they will wait. You get the idea. Persistence is one thing, but ignoring you or ignoring what you want and need and just doing whatever they feel like doing is disrespectful and inconsiderate. A great partner will listen to you and adjust accordingly. Know this and know peace. Number 4, they do what they say they will do. Anyone can tell you what you want to hear, but few people will show you that they are serious about backing up those words with action consistently. Trust is built through consistency, and running hot and cold can quickly melt it away. If you look at how they conduct themselves in all areas of life and see someone who means what they say and they say what they mean, this is someone who is worth giving a chance to. Of course, it's impossible to know what the future will bring and how they will or won't change over time. This is why points like number 1 are so important. It is not just about how they act in your relationship. It's about the patterns of their past and the reputation it has created for them. Now, number 5, they prioritize their feelings as much as their own. Okay? Part of being in a great relationship is shifting your mindsets from me to we, you to us. All right? You're no longer making decisions that only affect your life, but that of your partners as well. And kids, if either of you have them. For this reason, entering into a relationship requires us to consider our partners in any major decisions that we make. I don't mean what kind of coffee you order, but I do mean getting one of them as well. Checking each other's schedules before you make a commitment, not disregarding what they say just because you disagree. Number 6, they put in efforts to understanding themselves and other people out around them. Now, I have found that one of the biggest things holding people back in relationships is that they're not happy or fulfilled within their relationship. They're seeking external validation, or they're just simply avoiding asking themselves the hard questions altogether. Who am I? What do I want? What do I want to be with? Or who do I want to be with? Who do I really need in my life and relationship? If someone isn't willing to understand these things about themselves, they certainly wouldn't put in the time to understand those things about you either. But if they put in time to understanding those things, that's when you can create a deep and meaningful bond on truly knowing each other. And this is something not so many relationships can achieve. Number 7, they make you feel safe. Feeling safe in a relationship is about being free of judgment, knowing that you can open up to your partner without being judged. You're showing them the most authentic version of yourself, and you know that you're fully accepted. You're not just tolerated, you're accepted, free of judgment. Now, the right person will create that space for you to open up and be fully you. If you can't do this with the person that you're with, then why are you with them? Because that's an essential part of having a successful relationship at the end of the day. Number 8, they remember all the reasons why you fell in love in the first place. You're going to definitely have disagreements. You're definitely going to have arguments. You're going to have conflicts and all of that stuff. Now, during the times when you're most frustrated, train yourself to remember all of the reasons why you are in the relationship to begin with. Number 9, they're willing to have the hard conversations. I believe that avoiding the difficult discussions does more harm than good in the long run. You need to be able to have difficult conversations in your relationship. It may be tempting to not bring it up if it's bothering you, but all that will happen is that you harbor those feelings and they come out at an undesirable time and in an undesirable way. Someone who is mature enough to convey their feelings to you, even when it's not something you want to hear, is also mature enough to hear you when you do the same in return. I am hoping for that. So having these difficult conversations can serve as a breach, not a wall, in your relationship, because they bring you closer together as you gain a deeper understanding of each other's wants, needs, and desires. But if you keep avoiding these hard conversations, not only do you create an emotional blockage, but you stifle the growth of your relationship as a whole. Number 10, they approach conflict as a repair tool. Now, when these hard conversations are had, right, there should be one goal in mind: finding a mutually beneficial solution to the problem. It's not about placing blame or unloading your frustration or being right. It's about coming together as a team and finding a solution for both of you. It's you two against the problem, not two against each other. That's what I usually like to say. So find someone who understands that. Number 11 now, they learn to frame their grievances properly. You're a human too, right? And therefore, you will have your own frustration and complaints at some point in time during your life. Effectively communicating this point is the key to being heard rather than starting a fight. So instead of, oh, your actions make me upset, try something closer to, I feel ABC way during the times that we XYZ. Make it clear that this is about how you're feeling and it's not a personal jab towards her or your partner. Number 12, they are openly grateful and they know not to take a good person for granted, because someday someone will come along and appreciate what they chose not to appreciate. It's simple. I don't need to dig into this. It's just simple. Number 13, they learn your love language. You know, knowing the ways that your partner receives love is paramount to expressing it properly. You've got what we call the act of service, physical touch, gift giving, quality time, words of affirmation. If you don't know which of this he or she most deeply resonates with, now would be a good time to ask. So you go on and ask them what your love language is. Okay? Right. Number 14, they practice patience. Now, no productive conversation happens when either or both people are wound up and irrational. Number 15, they acknowledge their own faults. Nobody is perfect, and partners who are self-aware will be empowered to recognize areas that they need to improve upon. Plus, if someone isn't honest with themselves about themselves, then how can you trust them to be honest with you? Number 16, they maintain their own passion and hobbies. Now, what are some of the things that attracted you to your partner when you first met them? What were their passions? What were your passions? What were your interests and hobbies? Are you still doing them, or have you just given up on them? Because having your own identity within a relationship is a key piece of maintaining attraction and autonomy in a relationship. Nobody wants to be with someone who is simply a reflection of them. We want to be with someone who we can learn from, grow with, and be inspired by. Okay? Number 17, they're fully present when you're together. See, life is full of distractions, work emails, notifications from Instagram, hobbies, chores, family, friends, but take regular time to really connect with each other and shut out, all of the noise from the world. Your relationship will be a lot stronger if you do that. Number 18, they compromise. No relationship was ever built on a foundation of what's in it for me. Because when we begin to develop love for someone, we want to see them happy, even if that means putting our own self-interest aside for them, for their own sake, or for the sake of theirs. Their happiness becomes our happiness. Remember, they won't just become a doormat. There is a big difference between compromise and sacrifice. It goes both ways. So you have to be willing to compromise and sacrifice in your relationship. Number 19, they learn your signs. Not whether you're Aries or Gemini or Sagittarius or Capricorn, but the signs you give when you want or don't want something. Do you want to be left alone when you're quiet? They will leave you alone. Do you need a hug when you push yourself close to them? They will give you a hug. Do you just want to vent when you say, you know what really bugs me? They will be quiet and let you vent. Everyone is different. And putting in the effort to understanding what you mean by what you don't say. Number 20, they prioritize you feeling seen and heard. Life gets crazy. Work, bills, family, chores, hobby, errands, all those things. But at the center of it all remains your relationship. I've always believed that your relationship should be a core priority in your life. This is the person you're pledging your heart, your body, your soul to, and your connection with them influences all other parts of your life. It can put you in a good or bad mood. It can influence your energy. It can change how you handle challenges at work. And indeed, a good partner, in my opinion, will always remember the commitment they have made to you. They will do that by making sure you feel seen, you feel heard in your relationship. If you need to talk about something, they need to be there for you. You know, if you need them to hear you, they listen. If you're feeling distance, they pull you closer. If you're feeling smothered, they give you space. Whatever it is that you need, you should feel that they're prioritizing giving you space to receive it. As the old saying goes, don't make someone a priority if they only treat you like an option. If you both prioritize each other, though, that's when the magic happens. The green flag is waving. Ready, set, go. Until I come your way, know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah.